Most parents don't see their kid much at work, but for teachers, it's quite the opposite. Sometimes the child affects the teacher's daily routine.
A child affects my life a little bit more since that we do get to spend a little bit of time together now that we're at the same school. I did early on in my career, I made an effort to make sure that he was not in any of my classes, so I never had to actually teach any of my own kids, but so that was kind of nice. But it is also nice that we can spend a little bit of time together, and the summers together has been very beneficial to be a teacher, to have children here.
Yes, if they get sick, for sure. Because I'm teaching and they're going to the same school that I'm at, so that would affect it. But other than that, it doesn't.
Sure, but for the better. A huge reason of just wanting to be with the opportunity to be with your kids over the course of the day is just an unbelievable joy. Now, I'm sure they don't necessarily feel that way for the most part, but maybe they do, and I try not to be terribly oppressive or any more irritating than I already am. But yeah, the benefit of being in close proximity to my kids all day long is like everything every parent wants.
Many times, teachers have to change their schedule to fit their kids' needs.
We have to be here at school at 7 o'clock, and then we have to stay here until 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So I think they like getting here early. They don't tell me any different because it can't be any different. But I think they like getting here early because then they can hang out with their friends a little bit more. And then after school, they just sit in my office.
Only in that getting here is harder when I'm dragging three people along with me. Other than that, nothing at all. Nothing at all. My kids can ask help from me at home, but I don't treat it any differently than I would any other student.
My life is pretty much routine-based. Once school starts, you get in a groove and you just kind of stay in it until school's over. Especially with coaching, I'm here at about 6:45 in the morning, and I'll get home at about 6:45 at night. So there isn't much opportunity to do anything other in the week other than coach and teach.
The role of the teacher is to teach, but when they have their child in their class, the teacher may have to treat them differently.
No, not at all, actually. I mean, I might not be quite as loud as I am at home, believe it or not, but no, it's a huge. I have kids that are not embarrassed of me, which is, I know, a little hard to believe, because I can embarrass about anybody at any time. But no, I don't treat them that much differently to speak of at all.
I probably treat him harder than I would treat other students. You can ask him. I used to, when he was in 7th grade, he didn't have any privileges, so he had to come with me in the morning and stay in my room until the bell rang. So I was probably harder on him. It was probably harder for him to be my son than it was to just be an anonymous kid.
Yes, I enjoyed having Asher in FIAD class. Acting or treating him differently, no. When he was in my class, he was my student first before my son.
In conclusion, teachers and their child affect each other's lives. This has been Josh and Bryce, Noise News.